The rain had a way of washing the city clean, at least on the surface. In Graybridge, a mid-sized American city tucked between a dying industrial past and a glossy corporate future, rain blurred the neon lights and softened the sharp edges of crime. But it never erased it. Detective Ethan Cole stood beneath a flickering street lamp on West Alder Street, staring at a body covered by a white sheet. The sirens had gone quiet. The crowd had thinned. Only the rain remained, steady and relentless, as if the sky itself was mourning. The victim was Judge Raymond H. Lawson, 58 years old, respected, powerful, and very dead. One bullet to the chest. No struggle. No witnesses. Justice had gone silent. Judge Lawson wasn't supposed to be walking alone at midnight. He had a driver. He had security. He had enemies. Yet here he was, slumped against a brick wall behind his private parking garage, his blood seeping into the cracks of the pavement like a dark confession. Cole crouched beside the body, lifting the edge of the sheet just enough to confirm what he already knew. "This wasn't a robbery," he muttered. Captain Marissa Hale stood nearby, arms crossed, eyes sharp, wallets intact, watch still on his wrist. Execution style. A Cole straightened. "Anyone see anything?" "Not a soul," Hale replied. "Which is strange for this neighborhood." Graybridge slept lightly. "Someone always saw something." Cole looked up at the surrounding buildings. Dark windows. Closed mouths. Justice had gone silent already. By morning, the city buzzed with rumors. Judge Lawson had presided over some of Graybridge's most controversial cases: organized crime, corporate fraud, police corruption. He was known for harsh sentences and an unflinching stare that made even seasoned criminals sweat. Now he was a headline. Pierre Omanant JDG Guannd Duboin, nos USPTSS. Cole sipped burnt coffee at his desk as the case file grew thicker by the hour. There were too many angles. Too many people who might have wanted Lawson dead. The list of suspects read like a crime anthology. Victor Kane, a real estate tycoon Lawson had recently fined millions for illegal developments. Marcus Bell, a gang leader sentenced to life without parole. Lydia Frost, a defense attorney whose career Lawson had dismantled after exposing her ties to drug cartels. Officer Daniel Ruiz, suspended after Lawson ruled evidence inadmissible, costing Ruiz a major conviction. Justice wore many faces. So did revenge. Victor Kane's office overlooked the city like a throne. "Judge Lawson ruined good men," Kane said calmly, swirling bourbon in a crystal glass. "He made enemies everywhere?" Cole studied him. Kane didn't look like a killer. He looked like a man who paid killers. "Where were you last night?" Cole asked. "Dinner in Manhattan," Kane replied smoothly. "I have receipts, security footage, witnesses." Cole expected that. "Still," Cole said, "you benefited from his death." Kane smiled thinly. "Detective, justice doesn't die with one man. It just changes hands." That answer stayed with Cole long after he left. Marcus Bell sat behind thick glass in a maximum security prison, his eyes burning with hatred. "I prayed for his death," Bell admitted without hesitation. "But I didn't kill him." "You expect me to believe that?" Cole asked. Bell leaned forward. "If I had the power to reach him, he'd have suffered." That was mercy. Bell had no alibi. But he had no access either. Another dead end. Lydia Frost lived in a small apartment now. No assistance. No luxury. "Lawson exposed me," she said bitterly. "Took my license. My reputation. Did you kill him?" Cole asked. She laughed. A hollow sound. "If I had, I'd be smiling." But I didn't. Cole believed her, which scared him more. Officer Daniel Ruiz was different. Ruiz didn't deny his anger. "That judge made me look like a corrupt cop. Threw out solid evidence." "Where were you?" Cole asked. "Home. Alone. No alibi." Ruiz clenched his fists. "You think I'd be stupid enough to shoot a judge? I wear a badge." Cole thought of all the cops who had done worse. 3 nights later, an envelope appeared on Cole's desk. No return address. Inside was a flash drive and a note, THTRH AS BURADN CAS 417B. Cole plugged the drive into his computer. The files were sealed court recordings, hearings that were never meant to be public. In them, Judge Lawson discussed a covert federal investigation into Graybridge's justice system itself. Judges, prosecutors, police. Corruption at the highest level. Lawson had been preparing to testify. Cole's stomach tightened. Lawson hadn't been silenced by criminals. He'd been silenced by the system. Cole followed the trail quietly. Too quietly. Everywhere he went, doors closed. Calls went unanswered. Evidence disappeared. Captain Hale warned him. "You're pushing dangerous ground, did you know?" Cole asked. She didn't answer. That was answer enough. The final name surfaced in a classified memo. Federal prosecutor Alan Whitmore. Whitmore had overseen dozens of cases with Lawson. He was untouchable. Until now. Cole confronted him in a federal building hallway. "You ordered it," Cole said. "Didn't you?" Whitmore smiled sadly. "I protected the system. You murdered a judge." Whitmore leaned in. "No, I preserved order. Lawson was going to burn everything down." The case never went to trial. Whitmore resigned quietly. Evidence vanished again. Media interest faded. Judge Lawson's murder was officially labeled unsolved. Cole stood once more on West Alder Street months later. The rain returned. Justice hadn't spoken. But Cole knew the truth, and that knowledge was heavier than any badge. Sometimes justice doesn't fail. Sometimes it's silenced. And sometimes the loudest crimes are the ones no one is ever punished for.